You're probably gonna have to do something after. But it ain't penance. Confessions at 7 on Wild 94.1.
All right, Confessions at 7, Confessions at AT7 at wild941.com. This comes from Lucky in Love. Dear Freak Show, I absolutely love listening to you guys every single morning before I start my workday. I know confessions are usually either sad or bad, but I wanted to tell you the weird way that I met my boyfriend and actually how happy I am. We had been friends for years with nothing happening between the two of us. We were exclusively friends and would always see one another at parties and group meetups. I never even looked at him in that way because of one huge thing. He had been in a relationship with another guy for a couple of years. Every time I saw him, he was with his significant other, the guy, while I was in a relationship with a woman at the same time for about 3 years. It just so happened that we both had breakups around the exact same time and ended up talking and leaning on each other during the rough time of rebuilding ourselves after being in love. It was all very emotional. Things just happened very organically. Now we have been together for over a year, and I have to tell you, it's the greatest relationship that I've ever had. Nice. I never thought that I would be in a relationship like this, but I've got to tell you, I've never been happier in my life. We are thriving and really support one another. He's very thoughtful and open about his feelings and emotions, and I'm so lucky to have him. I wanted to share it with my favorite people in the morning. Signed, Lucky in Love.
Wow, that's crazy.
Very lucky. So many levels. That's crazy.
Yeah, so bisexual?
Oh, no,
All sexual? What is that?
Well, no, there's new. I mean, what is the Wayne Brady thing? Ain't that
polyamorous?
Oh, yeah,
but
that's multiple people at the same time.
Yeah, that's like you love everybody and you could just be with
well, I mean, this could. Well, I mean, yeah, because this could. I mean, you could just be bi.
In pansexual.
Okay, listen. All right, listen. Let me just explain this before we go on. Anybody out there who knows the exact definition of any of these things right here, walk with us, okay? Because this is where we cross over into where we are ignorant about this.
We're learning.
You know? But the fact that you have somebody that you found, awesome. Probably a little bit outside of the purview of what normal, not like normal relationships, the way they kick off.
Outside
you usually see somebody with a relationship and then you kind of get an idea of how they move. That what you saw him in would probably preclude him from some folks,
right?
You know, because they'd be like, well, if you was on that side, you know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. And so I wouldn't necessarily look at him in that aspect at all. Like, ooh, maybe we could have a relationship. But then if they're both going through a breakup at the same time, you guys are leaning on one another. It's very emotional.
I wish this person called because I would want to know if they had always been open for either, you know, kind of in the bi situation. I don't know if this is traditionally bi because there's so many terms now. It's really hard.
So to answer your question, Wayne Brady is pansexual, meaning he is attracted to people of any gender identity, including those who identify as gay, straight, bi, transsexual,
there you go,
non-binary.
Okay,
so that's what this is.
Yeah,
so this is pansexual.
Is.
He's like, they're like, I'm feeling you regardless.
I would
pansexual. Yeah, people are writing it pansexual.
I wonder if this person is concerned or whether if it's in the back of their mind, either of them, to be quite honest with you, if they can't fully fulfill their wants and needs, not only emotionally, but also sexually, you know, because they can only offer one whatever they were, you know, given.
I'm so confused. What?
Okay, so he was with a dude before, and now he's dating his girlfriend.
Oh, so
she
can't do what?
Right. What if he craves that in the future? That's what I'm wondering. Like, can she? I wonder if she's concerned that maybe he's going to, you know, have that.
Not today. She has mentioned happy and happiest probably 3 different kind of ways.
Yeah.
So
I
get what, but that's what would make. It's very hard to have this conversation. That's what would make people pensive about it.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I can't be one morning you wake up and you like, yo, I'm missing out on X, Y, and Z.
And I don't have that.
Anymore. Then you want to go back to it, you're gonna blow my life up. That's
but
that could
she's
be.
Happy. happy.
But
She is
but
happy.
in the future.
Yeah, I pointed that out.
Right, exactly. And so that's good. Now, I'm saying if it were me and I was in that situation, maybe I'm not maybe, I would have that in the back of my mind like, wow, we're happy now, but what happens 5 years from now when maybe you are lusting over something that you actually need and I can't provide that for you?
Yeah, somebody just said, yeah, you can go buy something that can help out with that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna write with. I'm not gonna say what they wrote.
You can't say that.
No. It's
It attaches.
Meredith. She can. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Somebody else agrees and says that there's something that can be purchased. I'm not gonna go there.
Oh, all right.
But
I didn't even think about that.
I will say that it's I'm happy that they're happy, and I don't know all of the definitions to really get into the weeds of it or whatever. But I do think that when you talk about feelings and emotions and all that stuff, that's unilateral. That could be anybody. So if you found some support, maybe this is just a Band-Aid to get you through the heartache.
That's
Each
true.
one of y'all
Yeah.
needed somebody. Y'all reached out. Y'all got somebody. If this ain't for the long time, but just for the good time, that works too because it helps you heal.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like a rebound thing.
Yeah.
Does it say what gender the person that's writing is? Because we have some text that says, how do we know what the writer was? Was the writer a guy or a girl? They said that they have dated a girl before, and the person that they're interested in.
This one
is
says,
not-
while I was in a relationship with a woman at the same time, so it just helped us both with breakups. So, I mean, yeah.
They're alluding that they were both dating the same sex, so I'm assuming that the writer is a girl because she was dating a girl, and then it was her boyfriend was dating a guy.
Feels very girlish.
Yeah.
I mean, when you talk about
I'm assuming that it was a girl.
breakups, I'm not saying we ended up talking emotional. Like, yeah, I don't know. I when I read it, I thought it was from a girl. I mean, I didn't look at the email address that was on it, and there's just an initial. So I don't know. I can't really tell you. There was no heart emojis or anything like that on it. But I'm thinking that this is samesies.
Yeah.
So Tiny over here is texting, communication is key to a relationship, pan, gay, or straight communication.
All right. Well, I mean, listen, love is where you can love it.
Yeah.
If you meet somebody and you in your single world right now, and the girl used to date, because I know two people who went through this and were very hesitant to do it because they thought the person would go back.
Okay.
If a person in your new single space comes up and says, Rich, I've been wanting to holler at you, and you looking at them like, woohoo, this is dope, but they used to have like an exclusive relationship with a woman, would you be hesitant?
For years.
No, not at all. But I will say, and I mean, this is just me being honest. I feel like if it was the other way around, like if it was a girl talking to a man that used to date men, I feel like they would look at him a little bit differently. Like me with a woman, that doesn't bother me at
Not
all.
as
My girl
accepting.
can have a girlfriend. I wouldn't mind.
No, I'm not talking about her having a girlfriend because that means that gets more opportunity for you. I'm saying that if you feel that her heart is in that other lane, you can't always satisfy that lane. So you might be a really good jump off right now, but when she comes to her senses and says, all right, I need to get back to my tribe, now you left brokenhearted in here with the heartbreak Drake. So that's why people are hesitant towards it regardless.
I think some women would have issues potentially with dating a dude that was in a serious committed relationship. It wasn't just like a fling or a drunken night or something like that. It was like, 2 or 3 years with another guy.
There's a lot of people writing this certain P word. I'm like, I don't know where this falls into this conversation, but Lord, y'all are giving us a lot.
They're saying if he doesn't like it, then they could do that.
All right, but Rich, I was really not looking for you to try and explain what these
gets
people are writing.
nervous.
I look at a word like that and I'm like, yeah, I don't even know if the FCC know about that one, but I'm not gonna say it. All right, coming back in a second. Hold up.
I get money, I'm a star.
Party station. The word biphobia has entered the chat right now. It's somebody just wrote the biphobia towards men is always the craziest. Men can be bisexual, and there are women that are okay with it.
Yeah, of course.
There's not a scarlet letter for folks that have had another, life.
No, not at all.
But now the person right above that says, no, thank you. I'd be worried about you cheating on me with a woman or a damn man too.
I think both opinions are totally acceptable.
I mean, I see it in the same way as a girl wanting if I was worried about a female cheating on me with another male and she liked women, it would be the same way. I wouldn't think anything differently of it. I would always be worried about my significant other hooking up with somebody else.
In general.
Yeah, heartbreak
In
is
general.
heartbreak.
Yeah, that's it. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what gender it is. It's heartbreak.
If you get cheated on, you're gonna feel
Right.
like that regardless.
It's
but
okay if you don't want to date somebody because of their past. It's also okay if you're fine with it. It's okay because that's your decision.
no, yeah, it definitely can't be one way.
Right.
Yeah. But now when people were asking if this is a woman, I just reread it and it just gives me woman vibes. When they said nothing happened between the two of us. And it's like, I never thought I'd be in a relationship like this. We both had bad breakups. We ended up talking. So, I mean, I really, it was all very emotional. It just happened. Now we've been together, blah, blah, blah. I never thought I'd be in a relationship like this, but I have to tell you, I've never been happier in my entire life. So it feels ladyish. I don't know what the end initial is. It could be, Neo or Nancy, but I think it's Nancy.
I think it went 3. Polyamorous relationships are just like monogamous relationships. They all require trust and communication. This is from a woman married to a man who all allows for other women to visit should we choose. Best friends 20 years and married since 2017. Open communication is key.
Wait, this says polygamous. Polygamous is different.
That's multiple partners, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just they both
Pansexual
were in.
and polyamorous is just like meaning that you just you don't look at the labels. You like, all right, I'm according to what I've heard of you, yeah, like you just love the spirit
Right.
of who they are.
They're
So
not
they could
dating
be
multiple
whatever.
people in what we're talking about here. They're not dating multiple people. It's just their past. They've had same-sex relationships.
Yeah. All right.
And some people are cool with that. Some aren't.
Yeah. But, I mean, and you know what? The thing is, there are a lot of people out here who say the dating world sucks and say the options are not, plentiful. That probably means that we as a society have been cutting off people from the options because of belief systems.
Sure.
And, so I'll say that.
If you don't want to date somebody because they've had a same-sex relationship before, that is your decision, by the way. That's totally acceptable. Also, if it doesn't bother you, like Rich, you wouldn't mind being in a relationship with a chick that's been with a chick in a serious relationship, not just a fling.
Nah.
Then that's totally acceptable too. Although at the end of the day, you have to make these decisions.
I think, I'm going to leave that alone. All right, yeah.
What?
I mean, because you know what? It's good to just have a happy end.
Yeah,
ending
they're
for this.
happy. They're in a successful relationship, and she said that they've never been happier. So good for you guys.
Somebody said, Alexa, play my
Thank you for watching this video. If you want to support, like, share, subscribe.